Salutations, Queen of Shade, coming at you with a little bit of a announcement and processing and my life. I want to first start off by saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you and yours. And I pray that as we close up this year, you determine how you want to go about living in 2025 and the rest of your life. Having said that, I have some news that I want to share with you all. Because see, social media is my job. So I'm going to get paid for this. And my account is not monetized. So Instagram won't be paying me. Other ways. That's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. I don't take pennies for my work. So anyway, wrapping up 2025, I've been discussing what I'm about to tell you guys for a very long time in therapy. And then my best friend and I discussed it tonight. And what I love about evolutions is that you make it real when you go public with it. It's not just about being held accountable. That's not what we're after here. It's just a proclamation, a PSA. So, in my life, when I was younger, 8 years old, I was violated by a man and then raped by a woman. So as a child, that put a lot of distrust in me. Love men, love women. But the violation destroyed my ability to really be comfortable in an intimate relationship with a man. Salutations, Queen of Shade, coming at you with a little bit of a announcement and processing and my life. I want to first start off by saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you and yours. And I pray that as we close up this year, you determine how you want to go about living in 2025 and the rest of your life. Having said that, I have some news that I want to share with you all. Because see, social media is my job. So I'm going to get paid for this. And my account is not monetized. So Instagram won't be paying me. Other ways. That's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. I don't take pennies for my work. So anyway, wrapping up 2025, I've been discussing what I'm about to tell you guys for a very long time in therapy. And then my best friend and I discussed it tonight. And what I love about evolutions is that you make it real when you go public with it. It's not just about being held accountable. That's not what we're after here. It's just a proclamation, a PSA. So, In my life, when I was younger, 8 years old, I was violated by a man and then raped by a woman. So as a child, that put a lot of distrust in me. Love men, love women. But the violation destroyed my ability to really be comfortable in an intimate relationship with a man. Salutations, Queen of Shade, coming at you with a little bit of a announcement and processing and my life. I want to first start off by saying Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you and yours. And I pray that as we close up this year, you determine how you want to go about living in 2025 and the rest of your life. Having said that, I have some news that I want to share with you all. Because see, social media is my job. So I'm going to get paid for this. And my account is not monetized. So Instagram won't be paying me. Other ways. That's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. I don't take pennies for my work. So anyway, wrapping up 2025, I've been discussing what I'm about to tell you guys for a very long time in therapy. And then my best friend and I discussed it tonight. And what I love about evolutions is that you make it real when you go public with it. It's not just about being held accountable. That's not what we're after here. It's just a proclamation, a PSA. So, in my life, when I was younger, 8 years old, I was violated by a man and then raped by a woman. So as a child, that put a lot of distrust in me. Love men, love women. But the violation destroyed my ability to really be comfortable in an intimate relationship with a man. When I was younger, because I'm 42 now, so when I was in my 20s, back in like 2009, somewhere around there, I slept with 85 men in one summer. But people don't understand why I did that. I needed to affirm my sexual identity. I was affirming my sexual position as being a dominant and not a submissive. And I experienced it. It was an experience for me. And even during that time, a lot of the men that I was intimate with thought something was wrong because I would never climax with them. I would go as the top. I would go as the blouse, because that's what a feminine top is. I would go unto the point where they climaxed. where they were finished. And then I was done. I did not need to climax with them. And the reason why was because climaxing with them made me vulnerable. And I didn't want to be vulnerable with anyone like that. So on this Christmas evening, I realize I'm done. There are a lot of factors that play into this. My value as a human being plays into this. My value as an entrepreneur plays into this. And also, my love of self plays into this. See, I love myself now. That's what therapy did for me. I love myself more than I love anyone on this planet. And I take the best care of myself possible. I am asexual. That means, love porn. Love it. But I realize that it's not a normal thing when you climax after watching a movie or a video or a clip, and you always say, "Whew, so glad it was you and not me." It's not a normal response. So glad it was them in a situation and not me. Couldn't be me. And I mean every time. I'm like, whew, great to watch, not to partake. I'm a very valuable person. And I want to live a long, long time because I'm a late bloomer. I didn't arrive at my success in my 20s or my 30s. I am 42 years old. In 8 years, I will be 50. And my successes are just starting to compile now. And I refuse to let anything compromise the life that I have and my success. But there's also another reason. I remember being a young, aspiring model in my 20s. And I remember all of the sexual innuendo and favors that people in positions of power over young, aspiring black models wanted us to be in. And I remember what that was like. I always was able to skirt being violated, to skirt being groped by a photographer, being groped by a casting director. I was able to skirt that. But I was friends with many young black men whom weren't able to skirt that. And I had to hear their horror stories. It is not, or should I say, it is frowned upon for a man to come out and say he was violated. Especially when you're gay. It's like, oh, well, you deserve that. But I had friends that were gay, and then friends that were gay for pay, and then friends that were not gay. And they were all being violated to try to get ahead. They were all being used. And what I realized then, in my early 20s, and what I realize now at 42, is I can't sleep with nobody. And the reason is this. If I place my dick in my downline, I become the men I fought so hard to not fall prey and victim to. And I won't have that. I will not have it be said by any man that he had to extend to me a sexual favor to get help. That ain't help. That's victimization. And I'm not a predator. I knew from a very early age that I could not become that man, those men, being in positions of power and authority, having that over a bunch of talented black young men, Latin young men, white young men, etc., etc., and using that power to have my pick of the litter for who I wanted to fill my bed with. I couldn't become that. So I vowed to myself not to sleep with anybody so that it could never be said that I was a part of the Me Too movement. And I stand on that. I have been celibate for 12 years, and it's going to continue. And I love my adult films. Love them. Love them. They're great. But I am asexual. I can handle it myself. I will not ever rely on someone else to bring about my climax and my fantasy fulfillment. No, that won't happen. I will not become the abuser. And when you are violated as a child, there are two options that you have to you. And I learned this in therapy. You either become an abuser, and many people do, or you become an advocate for the abused. I became an advocate for the abused. And what I realized with my best friend tonight, Vic, I love you. I had to do that because if I had have done it any other way, I would have fucked up my mission. The reason I came to Earth, what I was supposed to do, what I came here to do would have been all fucked up. I would have had no focus. I would have had a bad reputation. I would have become a predator. And I couldn't allow that to happen. So you guys are hearing it second, third, because my therapist heard it and affirmed it and said, well, about time you finally reached where you needed to reach, because we knew this years ago about you. So that was the first affirmation, or the first people that found out about it. Then my best friend tonight on Christmas heard this and also reached that epiphany like, oh, bitch, you ain't going back. The mission is important. So now all of you hear this. I am on assignment, and I will be damned if any of these babies that I am queen and mother and father to ever say that I took a sexual anything from them. I will not have it. And because I am innately asexual, it's not a problem. So, didn't mean to ruin your Christmas dinner. Hope I helped you. Because a lot of my black and Latin young men, y'all running around here violated, and you got two choices. Either you become a violator or you become an advocate. I'm not saying that you guys have to go asexual like I did, but you have to remember, we don't trade favors. Sexual favors, we don't trade them for career advancement. We don't do that. And over here, at the Queen of Shade Entertainment, LLC, we don't play those games. We are here to help. We are here to bless and give advancement. We are here to love and to teach. And we will not have our brand tarnished by a sexual prowess that puts men in my care in jeopardy. I won't do that. The mission is so important to me as queen that I'd rather croak than do that. You gotta love what you do to the point that you make the necessary sacrifices that you need to make to ensure that the mission goes off without a hitch. And I'm not about to fuck up my mission. And I'm not about to have any of these boys come back to social media and say that they came to me for help and got nothing but dick. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been hearing stories like that for the entire 21 years of my career. I can't go out like that. I won't go out like that. 12 years of celibacy and counting. Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you for listening. You guys always do, and I appreciate you. Queen of Shade, signing off. Back into my world of creation, because I've got some things coming down the pipeline. You guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. The mission must go off without a hitch. My mission, my assignment. I just had to do a PS to what I was saying to you guys earlier. I want you to understand something. I do everything for a reason. This is the reason, because over the summer, a lot of people was talking like, oh, well, you know, your friend, he passed, but you never like met him in person. And I had to let people know, listen, I've sent my money out. I've done a lot of things for these boys that you guys will never know. But think about what I said prior to this. So this is the PS. This is the reason why most of the guys that I work with will never lay eyes on me in the flesh. This is also the reason why I do everything behind the glass. Why my one-on-ones are not in person. Why I will not meet anyone in a private setting with a one-on-one. Because I have to protect the brand. I have to preserve the mission. And you can't say I did something. You can't say I Me Too'd you if we never met in person. And what people don't understand, as a female phone sex agent, I did that in my 20s. You get to know a lot about people over the phone and over social media. People will actually talk to you more when they don't feel like you're in their life on a regular basis. That's psychology. So if you don't know that, you just need to look that up. They feel better and more comfortable talking to a stranger that they'll never see. Yeah. So that's why I've been so successful, because I know this about people. But this is the reason why most of my boys in a private setting will never meet me. That's my way of preserving my brand, my reputation, my image. If you never saw me, you can't say I Me Too'd you. So that was me building in protection for myself, my mission, and my brand. And I just wanted to come back and say that. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, we don't see her out anywhere. No, you won't. You won't. To protect the brand, to protect the image, to protect the mission, you won't. Especially on a one-on-one setting, no. I think the only person I've ever met in a one-on-one setting was Poppy Suave. And he came all the way from California to visit his family for a Thanksgiving, and literally called me and was like, hey, I want to meet up with you. And we were going to a public place. So he's the only one who's ever really laid eyes on me for like an hour. And we went to a restaurant. So that's why that happened. But nope. I don't do
I have to protect because of what my mission is. My mission is large. My mission is huge. There are a lot of young men whom will benefit from what I've done, what I have, opportunities, and never in a private setting. Gotta protect the brand. And I knew that going into this, which is why I am the way that I am. Can't be doing that. Then they'll be saying, oh, he me too'd me. No, you know I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Salutations. My name is the Queen of Shade. I am an international recording artist, now streaming in 56 countries. I am a mentor and motivational speaker. And yes, I am a social media influencer. Interested in having conversations that will help you become the very best you ever thought possible? Interested in having conversations that help you reach your dreams, goals, and aspirations? Well, my dear, you have come to the right place. I can help you for a price. But darling, it's worth it. If you are interested in anything that I have said, look me up. Once again, I am the Queen of Shade, and I can help you, bitch. You turn that TV down.